channel. I am Rebecca. Today I'm sharing with you the process to create this layout titled You Are My Sunshine, which I made using products from Cocoa Vanilla Studios and a sketch designed by Allison Davis for Scrapbook and Cards Today. The collection I'm using is These Days. It's a very colorful and pretty collection. To follow the sketch, I cut strips of paper. Some of them are the same paper, but I cut two strips, one on the A side and the B side. And I'm trying to find a mix of the patterns that I like. And I'm making some changes. Instead of leaving the edge straight, I'm making some notch and cutting some others diagonally in different directions. When I'm notching the papers, I use the trimmer to cut to make a little cut in the center, and then I made the notch. I'm not using some exact or precise measurements. I'm just trying to leave an edge on the top and on the bottom so the layout don't get too busy with all the pattern. This is why I'm cutting the strips. And I'm using two small photos, so I have enough space to add the photos on top of the strips, and I can also leave a space on the bottom. I'm almost ready with the strips, and now I'm going to attach them to the layout using tape, double-sided tape, and the T-ruler to align the first, but then I will go without the ruler to make it easier for me. After attaching the strips, I went to my machine and stitched a straight border around each strip on the left and on the side using white thread. I didn't record that on camera because the sewing machine is not near the table, it's not in the table, so I went off camera to do that. I'm using the 6x8 papers from the collection to mat the photos, and I'm using two different designs. This paper is so cute with all the colors and the lines. And for more interest, I'm distressing the edge of the photos just to give the layout texture and capture the attention better in the photo area. Now I'm going to work with the title. I have some parts that I always like to work first in my layout, and that's creating a background for my photos and the title. I always want to have a good title and to leave some space for the journaling. Sometimes I forgot about the journaling, so I had to hide it behind the photos or something, but it is not the case in here. I'm using a label. It's a die cut label. I cut it a little around the yellow, and I'm using tiny foam letter that they have in the collection to create the words "You Are" on top of the label, and I'm backing that with foam tape to give some dimension to those areas. Now I'm mixing the other fonts in the collection to create my sunshine to complete the title. These are chipboard letters, but I also use liquid glue behind them to secure them in my page, because here we have a lot of humidity and sometimes they fall from the pages. And this time I'm not aligning the letters straight, I'm leaving them with some movement to make the layout more like childish and happy, because I love those photos of her looking at the camera while waiting for her food. I'm using my tweezer to glue the letters because sometimes the nails don't help me on doing this. And they are almost ready. Now the title is ready, so I'm going to start embellishing. The sketch have some flowers on the right side. I already stitched the mint strip of paper, so I don't have a lot of space to tuck them under the strip, but I'm going to fix that by cutting the flowers. You're going to see. I'm trying to find some flowers that I like to place in there. I'm playing with the products. I'm mixing the colors and the sizes of the florals. And now I'm going to cut flowers from the 12 by 12 paper and also from the 6 by 8 paper. And I'm going to cut some butterflies from the 6 by 8 paper too. I'm not going to fussy cut them here, so you don't have to wait for that, but they are ready. Now, as you can see, I'm cutting the big flowers to place them on the side of the strip, and they look like they were tucked under the strip. And I'm arranging them. To add the flowers to the page, I use liquid glue but also foam tape in some areas, so they don't look completely dimensional, but also they don't look flat. So I mix the liquid glue on the area that is near the strip and foam tape in the area that is far from the strip of paper. Also some foam tapes on the leaves. These flowers are very cute and easy to manage, but they have a lot of white around them, and since my background is already white, I decided to fussy cut a little bit of that white border before adding the flowers to the page. I'm playing with the things I have on hand, and now you can see that before adding each of the flowers, I'm going to fussy cut them. I'm going to show you one or two, but then I will skip that part. I will forward that. When fussy cutting, for me it's easy to move the die cut or the paper, the sticker, whatever you want to cut, instead of moving the scissor. And I like having a sharp scissor. I don't let anybody use that scissor, just me for paper. Now I'm going to skip the fussy cutting part. I'm going to forward that and show you just how I add them. This is the part that took me more time because I was fussy cutting the flower. I could have left them with the white border, but I'm always thinking too much, so I fussy cut them, and I love fussy cutting, so this is something that I enjoy. If you don't like fussy cutting, you can leave them with the white, and they are also going to look great in the page. This is one of the florals that I cut from the papers, I believe from the 6 by 8 paper. I made this layout a few weeks ago, but I was really busy and was not able to edit the video, and then I got sick with the flu. It was a hard flu that I got, so now I'm finishing the medicines and I'm getting back on track with the videos. So sorry for the wait, but here it is. And I hope you are enjoying it. I'm using the small pieces that I cut from the florals at the beginning. I'm tagging them also on this cluster so I don't waste them. As you can see, I cut a lot of small flowers. I enjoy that. If you don't like that, you can use stickers or enamel dots or other things, or punch some flowers, or don't use any small flower at all. I'm trying to get the gaps covered in the border. And I'm almost ready with the cluster. I cut more than needed. And now I'm missing some color, so I'm going to fussy cut additional butterflies because I don't have a lot of that color in that area, so I'm fussy cutting it quickly. I use liquid glue in the center and then some foam tape on the wings to give them the appearance that they are flying from the page. They look like more realistic for me. Now I'm done with the butterflies. I need to clean a little bit on my desk. I can work if there is a lot of mess, so I'm always organizing and cleaning the desk before every project and in between the projects. My butterflies are ready. Now I'm adding some banners from the die cuts. The big butterflies are from the die cuts too. And I'm checking what else can I add without covering the papers a lot. So I'm adding this label with the phrase under the title that says "Love That Smile," which is perfect for those photos. And I'm adding more liquid glue to the photos to secure them. And to finish the layout, I'm using these enamel dots from the collection that have hearts and dots in different sizes and color. This is a must-have in those collections from Cocoa Vanilla. They are the perfect touch to finish the projects. This is the finished layout. I hope you like it and enjoy the process. If this is the case, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel for more inspiration. The links to my social media are in the description box. You can go there and check other things that I share on social media. Thank you and have a wonderful day. Bye.